The Antipodes were in action this morning, and down the line to try and make sense of it all is Gabriel Stein from Oxford Economics. Gabriel, according to the minutes of their August meeting, the RBA indicated that the nation's mining sector investment would further slow down, and the GDP growth of the country would likely have slowed to a more moderate pace in the June quarter. Is this in line with your outlook?
I would agree with that view, and if we look at data from the second quarter, it does seem reasonably clear that growth would have been slower than in the first quarter. I should say, however, that early indications from the third quarter point to a bit of a pickup again. But on the key issue of what the growth driver is, investment, yes, there is an issue in Australia. There is a weakening in investment and, more importantly, in investment intentions.
Additionally, the bank reiterated that the interest rate will remain on hold at 2.5% as they see how the economic challenges play out. Can the RBA afford to play the wait-and-see game here?
Yes, I think they can. Even if there is a bit of a slowdown in the second quarter, Australia is far from a recession. There is no need to cut interest rates. At the same time, interest rates are relatively high by international standards by now, which means there's plenty of scope to do a substantial easing if they really need to. And at the same time, if we look at the upside risks to the economy, the RBA indicated that they think inflation will remain within its 2 to 3% target, even though there was a pickup in the second quarter, but there's no real hurry to hike either. So wait and see is in fact the policy that I would have thought is the one to follow, and that's what they're doing as well.
The central bank is also waiting to see how the economy shifts away from its dependence on the mining investment, which is declining after being a key driver for around a decade. But non-mining investment doesn't appear ready to pick up the slack. Is there a plan B?
I'm afraid I don't think there is really a plan B in that sense. The drivers have to be of the Australian economy either have to be exports, investment, or private sector consumption. Right now, exports, if there is a plan B, I suppose it is exports, and that they hope that the rest of the world will recover. But that is the kind of hope that almost everyone is having right now. The Chinese, the Europeans, and so on, everyone is hoping that someone else will recover, and then you can pick up on your export side.
The Australian dollar, continued the RBA, remains high by historical standards. Now, the minutes were released alongside data from fellow Antipode, New Zealand, which suggested the nation's rock star status may have dimmed. What is your outlook for these two currencies in the coming months?
The Kiwi dollar, the New Zealand dollar, has actually begun to weaken, and what we've seen over the past year is that both the Reserve Banks of Australia and of New Zealand have, on and off, actively tried to talk down their currencies, and insofar as they perceive the currencies to be a problem, they are likely to return to this from time to time. That being said, I think one has to be again very careful. Everyone cannot depreciate their currency at the same time. One currency at least globally has to appreciate, and as it happens I think that's going to be the US dollar. But the second point is that what matters more for foreign trade and for business tends to be stability of the currency rather than a particular exchange rate. Unless the exchange rate is well out of line with any kind of fundamentals, businesses usually adjust, and they're more concerned about frequent ups and downs.
Gabriel, thank you. Viewers, that's all from me for the moment, but keep an eye on the latest currency movements by clicking back for our early updates. Goodbye for now.